Tunic should be nominated for game direction this year. That's it. That's the end of the video. Goodbye. Okay, there's more. So the Game Award nominees around the corner, or may have happened if you're watching this video. If you're watching this video and none of these happened, I'm hurting. Because everybody's talking about like Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, like obviously these two are gonna get nominated for stuff at the Game Awards this year. But what is the stuff that people aren't talking about? Most anticipated game, for example, you're gonna see Spider-Man 2 nominated. You're gonna see Final Fantasy 16 nominated. You're gonna see Resident Evil 4 remake nominated, maybe. But you know what's not gonna be nominated? That is something that I will be happy to see nominated. Pikmin 4. That's an example. Like, these are things that may be nominated. It's possible. In fact, some of these probably will be, but they're just not being talked about. Like Best Family Game, for example. It's obvious that these two are gonna be nominated, but I'm just gonna be happy to see them get some kind of recognition, being Kirby and the Forgotten Lands and Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Sparks of Hope, I don't think is gonna touch any other category. It could be in the strategy category if that's still a thing, but yeah, this is like the only category I feel safe seeing these two, but I still want to bring them up because people aren't going to be talking about them. There was a game that came out in December last year, for example, that, you know, when the back half November games and December games fall in a really gray area and are really lucky to be nominated for anything. Amori. I told you guys last year that Amori was like one of my favorite games of the year, if not the favorite, and Games for an Impact, please. If Amori is eligible, nobody is going to nominate this game because nobody played it, unfortunately. But those of us that did, we know why it should be nominated for Games for an Impact. This was the year for indies, man. Freaking indies. I would not be surprised to see this category be full of, and I'd be happy to see, that's why I'm bringing it up, Cult of the Lamb, Amori, Stray, Tiny Kin, and Tunic. Honestly, I would love to see that. This is just a category I think people are underestimating. It pains me to say that Somerville is probably not gonna be in this when it might be the best indie game of the year. Hey Fall Guys, can you get nominated for best ongoing game? Because I freaking love you, baby. Legit, it only happened in the back half of the year, but come on. They came out with 2 seasons. They did like a relaunch. They pushed their player base to super high heights. I don't know. It's probably not going to get nominated for best ongoing game, but you'll see a smile on my face if it does. By the way, I'm through COVID. I'm still on the recovery ends, but yeah, it's Keebs. Hi, we haven't done a video like this in a while, so more on that later, but subscribe if you'd like to talk about games and build a game hype. Best narrative. This is the category that As Dusk Falls deserves to be here. Nobody is talking about As Dusk Falls anymore, I feel like, or if at all. You really should play this game, but this is the category, As Dusk Falls. I will be so happy to see here. I don't expect it to like win it, but I'm just really hoping to see it nominated. That's the point of this video. I like to see things recognized and to be considered for this win. But alongside it, A Plague Tale Requiem, the story that probably emotionally drained anybody that played it this year. And I'm gonna bring up Amori again. Amori, best narrative. I will be very shocked. Like, no way is that happening, but I will be happy and shocked to see that. Halo Infinite's probably not gonna be nominated for anything this year. But if there is something I hope it gets nominated for, it is Best Performance by Jen Taylor as Cortana, Halsey, the Weapon. She plays 3 different characters in that game, and I think it's the best performance she's done. I would also potentially think of Steve Downes because it's the best performance he's done as Chief, but also Charlotte McBurney for Plague Tale Requiem. She plays Misia, the girl you play as. She is great in that game. I don't expect to see these two, but like there'll be a little personal level of happiness from me. The only category, Halo Infinite, I really like, please, like this is the one it has to be nominated for Best Audio Design. I'm not saying I wanted to win it, I'm just saying to recognize for audio design. The audio design in that game, I haven't heard anybody complain about it. It is phenomenal. And the score and music for games, just to go with that, is something really important that people don't talk about enough, but music is freaking dope. With that in mind, again, things will probably be nominated over these 3, but I'll just have a little smile if they do nominate Halo Infinite, yet again, great soundtrack. Amori, yet again, great soundtrack. But here's one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. If this game gets nominated for Best Score of Music, I will be shocked and so happy that people recognize that that is one sick-ass soundtrack. Art direction. Scorn. Please, I am shocked last year The Ascent wasn't nominated for Best Art Direction when it looked like that game had phenomenal art direction. And this year, I have a feeling Scorn will suffer the same fate, where yes, a lot of people didn't like the game, but I think we all recognize that the art direction for it is stellar. So please don't base it off of just how much you like the game. Recognize the aspect that you are nominating for. And Scorn was crazy good in that art direction category. And Stray, like, it would be cool to see Stray in there, just because I think the world design and character design of that game is very, very quirky and very, very unique. As I brought up in the start of the video, game direction, Tunic. It is probably not gonna happen, because again, you're gonna put like more mainstream stuff in these categories, but Tunic, there just isn't a game like it this year. It just had this direction and tone and out-of-the-box thinking that no other game has done for me in years. Like, literal out-of-the-box thinking. I have like a page of notes for this game to help me solve the end game puzzle. And for Game of the Year, you know, like, you're gonna see the God of War, you're gonna see the Elden Ring, you might see Horizon Forbidden West. A lot of people forgot that happened this year. But something I am not sure is gonna be nominated over a lot of other things is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Like, that's not my favorite game of the year, but it's just a game I have a feeling is going to deserve so much more love than people give it credit for. And if I see it in this category, that's gonna be awesome. Like, good for Kirby. It's his best-selling game. It was a new direction for the franchise. It'd be really cool to see that just nominated. I did not win, just nominated. And the reason I posted this video and the call to action is I love to see, you know, what I want to spark that conversation. What is something that isn't widely talked about, that isn't obvious kind of a thing? Like, what is something that you hope to see nominated or is kind of under talked about or underrated, if you will? Share that with the community in the comments and stay tuned for reactions to the nominees for the Game Awards this year.